Tops of the Trees. Written by Kalia Yang. Illustrated by Wada. Ban Vinai Refugee Camp, Thailand, 1985. When the sun gets to the highest point in the sky, the leaves of our favorite tree becomes a great umbrella of cool for my cousins and me to play under. Hurry! Mai throws a ball of rice onto the ground. Yer races the chickens in the yard to get to it. A bald rooster with black tail feathers beats her. The look on her face is so sad and so hungry, the fun disappears. I wave the lion dog and the Jackie Chan dog close. I hold onto the lion dog's neck and climb onto his back. I push my little legs onto his sides and try not to fall when he starts to walk. I can feel myself slipping off his back, but I'm not afraid. My father catches me just in time. In his arms, he lifts me higher and higher. I squeal. My father says, when someone falls, you have to pick them up and lift them higher than they were before. After a night of heavy rain and wind, we wake to find pebbly fruits scattered on the ground beneath our tree. Yer and I crouch low and look for the fruits that are still good enough to eat. We know that if we eat too many, we'll get stomach aches and our mother will be mad. If we eat only one or two, we can pretend we're eating hard candy and it's a very special treat. In the quiet, we can hear the aunties talking about the war as they sew. They talk to each other about the river they had to cross to get to Thailand. They talk to each other about how Thailand wants Hmong refugees to leave their country. They are scared to return to their old country. They are scared to go to a new country. The adults talk war and they get scared all over again as if war was not yet over. That afternoon, I ask my father about the war, and he says, "You're safe." He takes one of my small hands in his big one and tells me, "Look at your hand." He points down at the tips of my toes and says, "Look at your feet." He says, "Your hands and your feet will travel far to find peace." His eyes are serious as his voice, so I say, "Yes, they will." It is rations day. Every week a big truck comes into the empty space in the middle of where we live. Thai soldiers give each family enough food for 3 days. They tell us they are practicing a human deterrence policy so that no more Hmong people come into the country. I don't know what they were talking about, but I do what the adults around me do and nod my head like I understand. That evening, before my bath, I look down into the cement well and ask my father why we live behind a gate. I want to know why other people can come in, but we can't leave. He says, "We live in a refugee camp, a place to hold people who are running away from wars." I ask father, "Is all of the world a refugee camp?" "No," he says. "What is the world outside the camp like?" I ask. My father has no answers for me. The next day, as Mai and Yer and I play beneath our tree, my father walks to where my mother and auntie sit sewing. I hear him say, "Chu, can you put Kalia in her nice dress and her hat?" My mother never allows me to wear them, except for pictures. They lower their voices. Finally, my mother shakes her head, puts down her embroidery, and gets up. She waves her hand for me to follow her. In a small room where we sleep on a bamboo platform, bed on a folded blanket, my mother opens the suitcase where she keeps our nice clothes. She takes out the dress and the hat. She takes off my father's nice shirt and pants. Mother helps me take off my everyday t-shirts and shorts. She wipes me down with the shirt and then tells me to raise my hands over my head. I feel the cool fabric of the dress fall over my skin. I feel myself growing more and more beautiful with each button as she closes at my back. Mother combs my hair before placing the hat on my head. She looks at me carefully and then shakes her head once again and smiles. Outside, my father is waiting with a camera he's borrowed. When we come out, he puts the camera in my mother's hand. I'll change quickly, he says. In our fine clothes, my father takes me to the tallest tree in the camp. He tells me to close my eyes and hold tight to his neck, to not let go no matter what. My and Yer stand at the base of the tree, staring at us, hands over their mouth. Even aunties in the shade take their eyes off work in their hands to see what we're doing. I tremble a little as I feel my father climb up the tall tree. I hold as tight to him as I can, tighter than I have ever held the lion dog or the Jackie Chan dog. I can feel my heart beating in my eyelids. At one point, my father slips a little and my mother yells from underneath, but I don't let go and I don't open my eyes. It is not until my father says, "Look, the world is bigger than this place," that I open my eyes. I am higher than I have ever been. A breeze blows and the leaves shake and I shake with them. My father says, "Don't be afraid." I see sky. I see birds flying high. I look down at my mother on the ground. She runs far from the base of the tree, back to the bamboo patio of the stilts. There she holds the camera towards us. I see Yer and Mai, the lion dog, the Jackie Chan dog, look up at us too, their tails wagging. They're all small and far away. I look from the houses we live to the cement well, toward the open field where we get rations, then away from the camp itself, until I see the distant mountains rising at the place where the sky meets the earth. What is on the other side of those mountains? Another breeze blows, but I don't shake. "Father, the world is so big," I say. My father answers, "Yes, it is," he says softly. "One day my little girl will journey far into the world, to the places her father has never been." My father tells me to smile at the camera, but I can't because I now know that the world is bigger than anything I had imagined. My little legs will have to carry me far.